Right now, we'll be diving into our phone-in segment, which is Daybreak Interactive, and we'll be looking at the big issues on the table and get your thoughts. Today, we ask a question that is on the minds of many Nigerians: has politics taken over governance? Now, for millions of Nigerians, this is not just a theory, it's about daily survival. Take the Northwest, where Fatima, a mother of 4 in Zamfara, has abandoned her farm after repeated bandit attacks. She now depends on handouts to feed her children. Now in the Northeast, Zanna, who was displaced by insecurity in Borno, has been living in an IDP camp for 7 years, still waiting to return home. The North Central, farmers in Benue and Plateau say political promises of peace haven't stopped attacks that leave villages burnt and livelihoods destroyed. In the Southwest, Shegun, a vulcanizer in Ibadan, closes shop early some days because the cost of petrol and electricity has eaten deep into his earnings. In the Southeast, Chinyere, who runs a shop in Aba, says the weekly sit-at-home means she loses 1 day of business every week, while her children's school is constantly disrupted. And in the South-South, fishermen in Bayelsa complain that oil spills keep poisoning their waters, yet cleanup efforts are slow and compensation promises remain on paper. Meanwhile, on the political front, the noise is louder than ever. The PDP caucus in the House of Representatives is attacking the APC-led government over hardship and insecurity. Inside the APC, some leaders are already positioning for 2027, while cracks show in party unity. The Labour Party is bogged down in leadership tussles, and just recently, the ADC warned that endless politicking is distracting from the urgent task of governance. So Nigerians are asking who's really looking out for the ordinary man and woman, the farmer, the trader, the student, the worker, while politicians focus on power struggles. So this morning, we want to hear from you in your home, in your community, in your workplace. Is politics overshadowing governance, and how is it affecting you directly? Make sure you call us in on the phone numbers displayed on your screen and send us a WhatsApp message. We'll want to hear from you. We want to hear your thoughts and your opinions. As always, your voice does matter. Maimuna, when you look at, this focus of ours this morning, a lot has been happening, and you would ask, we are just in 2025, even though we're at the end of 2025, but then the focus has just been on politics. Politics everywhere you turn, everywhere you look, it's just politics that's going on. But the brunt of it is, a lot of Nigerians are saying that we're not feeling any kind of governance, we're not feeling any kind of impact, we're not feeling any kind of change that would directly impact our lives. We've heard so far that there are policies and reforms that are put in place, and that are being worked on, that in time would, be felt by the everyday Nigerian. But then at the end of the day, Nigerians want it now exactly. And want it here.
We have a caller on the line
caller on the line.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Maimuna. Good morning, Hauwa. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Trust TV. This is Shetima Kudima calling from Maiduguri.
Good morning, Shetima.
Good morning, Shetima. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you. So, no doubt, it is true statement to say that politics are take over the governance. This is true. Because if you look at it very well, I was wondering sometimes, Nigerians, due to personal love and blind spots that they are giving to the politicians, they are not seeing their shortcoming. They are not seeing their shortcoming at all. Despite the fact that all Nigerians, we are suffering, whether we like it or not, we are suffering. Whether you feel it in one way or the other, or you have been affected directly or indirectly. This is a fact. This country is not governing well for quite some time now. And my surprise is, whenever you talk about the illness of the politicians, somebody will open his mouth and say you are critics. I don't know what critics is all about. I don't know the meaning of critics. Some people giving name for critics for towards a wrong direction. Somebody who is pointing out what is happening. You see, what is happening in this country, even if you're blind, you feel it. You feel it. If you're not even seeing, but you feel it, whether you like it or not. But people are calling people critics. I don't know what's wrong with us. Somebody who is maltreating us, somebody who is oppressing us, he's the one that we are always supporting. You see, if somebody is wrong, he's wrong. Wrong is wrong. A wrong can never be a right, whether we like it or not. You can be a blind supporter. You can be whatever you want to be. This is your own choice. But the truth stands as a truth, and nobody can change the truth. You see, the way we are governing in this country is absolutely wrong, and it is even shame to say under Democrat era we are experiencing this. Look at our security. Look at the way people are dying. Look at our pesos. They are marching on roads, looking for their rights. A government can make a promise, it cannot fulfill it. What kind of governance is this? So we have to wake up. We have to wake up and team up as a family. So that's the only way we can win this war. That's the only way we can correct the illnesses of our country. I used to say all the time, we have no any other country than Nigeria. Our bordering is about Nigeria. We don't have any personal hitches with anybody. But what we are after is Nigeria, the goodness of Nigeria. For us to beat the dividends of this democracy. But we are in democracy like we are. Even if you can look at it very well, the way we are governing is absolutely out of democratic context. So we must talk. We must talk. And talking is not mean that you are fighting government. No, it's not that you are criticizing government, but you are telling what they are doing. And what I know is a concrete criticism is that a person is blowing it. It's a friend. He's showing you your illnesses, your shortcoming, for you to correct it. But yeah, somebody will call you critics, blah 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 blah. I don't understand. Look at the way people are suffering. Look at the way a PT business is dying. Look at the way that insecurity is becoming something else. They started from Maiduguri. Now today it is almost covered more than half of the Nigerian man. So you see, we just have to wake up. We have to wake up. This is the only country we have. We don't have any other country. That as a Nigerian, you cannot go to church and say this is your country. You can't do that. So we have to stand firm. We have to stand firm and fight back for the betterment of this democracy. So but our prayer is, may Allah help us and revive our country to better. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Shatima, for your contribution. Maimuna, there's a question that I keep asking myself. At this particular point that we are in Nigeria, are we supposed to, just hold on and wait until, for example, this government wake up and do the needful and face what is needed to be faced, which is governance? Or do we have to wait until 2027 and then take a chance at the next option? That is, if there isn't a transition into, another 4 years. So take a chance on the next option and see what goes on. All right, but let's take our next caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, Ade from London.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, very well.
Fine,
good morning.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the good job. Well done.
All right, thank you for joining us.
So I only want to tell you one or two things. That you see, politics and governance are two different things. So when you're checking politics, governance, that is in between. We have good governance, we have politicians. We have to separate them from each other. Politics is a way of manipulating people to be able to suit what they want in life, to be able to agree to their party or their school of thought or their way of life. Good governors are people who are going to politics to make things change for the nature, which will give us a good governor. So now, let's now check states as politics taking over the governor. You see, politics itself, people have not gotten to understand the fact that politics was meant to be able to change way of life of citizens. And when politics has not come to assist us in another way we expect it, then the politicians has not done well. Because why we have politicians is to be able to make the system of the governance to have a betterment to the citizens of the country. Because these politicians are being voted for by the citizens. The citizens are taking the pain to vote them in to get to the office. What they expect from the politicians is to give them good governance. Both of them work interwoven. But clarification of it is that, are they giving us what we want as a citizen? We will not blame anybody for anything. We will blame ourselves for everything, because there's no magic that minister of this or minister of that or senator of this are not human beings. They are subjects from their constituents they came from, are equally suffering from their manipulations. So why they do come down and be reasonable? Because all the own money they are making, they want to go and do what with it when the people that is under them are not enjoying anything. Why don't let them say, okay, don't let us do anything that will not make the country grow. Let's reduce this. Let's see how we can manage this, so that other citizens too can equally enjoy from our political system. In Yoruba, they say, Ọba tó bá jẹ tí ìlú bá rojú, orúkọ ò ní parẹ́. A king that is in on throne when the community is enjoying, his name will never be forgotten. And a king that do otherwise when he's on throne and the community people are equally feeling otherwise, that they are not happy, his name will never be forgotten. So the politicians should think too wise and remember that it's not only them. We should remember that it's not for you alone. It should be for all of us. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah,
thank you for calling
much.
in and sharing your thoughts. Nigerians are worried that, each time politicians come together, it's not to, discuss, the way forward in which the nation can be able to tackle certain basic issues that is facing the country. And that is why, Nigerians are asking again, really, is it that, the politics is taking over governance? Is it that, the politicians are not, aware, or they are not in tune with what is happening in the country?
Or is it just basic selfish interest?
Exactly. I mean, I remembered when I saw a post on social media, it was just, a very short post, and then people went under to,
To comment.
to make comments. And Nigerians were saying that, the 2027 elections, is very close. But then we have the insecurity, we have bandits, we have, kidnappers, kidnapping Nigerians.
High cost of living and all that.
Living, transportation and what have you. But then, well, we have a caller on the line.
Yes.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to thank you for another opportunity that you are giving Nigerians to be able to express their feelings.
Thank you very
May
much.
God bless Trust TV. Trust TV is doing well. Let me start like this. Nigeria is facing difficulty, we know. Nigerians can testify that the damages has not started in tinubu's regime. The damages have started in Buhari's regime. Where were they? Those ones that were commenting, where were they when Buhari was in power? Where were they? They kept mute. Where were they when insecurity were talking up and down? Where were they? It is now they want to tell us that there is no peace in Nigeria? No. Where were they when Buhari was in government? Where were they when El-Rufai is running his mouth in the government? Where were they? The truth about it is, we know, as I said earlier, there are so many damages. It is not a blink of eye that Nigeria can be fixed. Tinubu is doing very well. Take it or you leave it. Yes. Tinubu is actually doing well. We know they don't want him. They are bringing different means to remove Tinubu from government. As I am telling you in full force, Tinubu is going to be the president again. We agree with what he is doing. We support what Tinubu is doing because the level of damages is too much. So we know it will take him time to correct it. It is very easy to destroy and it takes time to fix. They know it. They know it. And they have to be patient with him because when the damages were going on, they kept mute. So now that Tinubu is fixing, taking his time to fix, making so many changes for the generation, for our children and our great-grandchildren, they are running their mouth because they are already used to take and eat, steal and eat. We will not allow that. As a matter of fact, a lot of us are in PDP and we are moving back to APC. We are going to give Tinubu a full support. Check out Kaduna State. I am calling from Kaduna State. See what Ubasani is doing. The same those people in direct contact with El-Rufai's regime are the one talking. I can drive from point A to B in Kaduna State because of Ubasani. That is just the truth. Ubasani is doing wonderfully well, but they don't like him because they're already used to share and rule, divide and rule, steal and rule. It is no longer as business as before in Kaduna State. It's same as Tinubu. They don't like them. I am telling you now, a lot of parties are converting now to APC for Tinubu's sake, for Ubasani's sake in Kaduna. I know you've heard it, how he has been reconciling with people. The damages, the level of damages El-Rufai government caused in Kaduna State. That is why you can even see El-Rufai moving, talking alone. Even in his room, El-Rufai is talking alone because there are innocent blood in El-Rufai's body. So Ubasani now came to correct it. Ubasani came returning people's land. People whose land were collected. People whose houses were demolished. Ubasani stood, negotiated with them. God will bless him. God will make him to win 2027. 2027 is for Ubasani and Tinubu. May God bless Tinubu too. We know.
All right, thank you very much for that and for your contribution. As we were saying, the topic at hand is politics taking over governance. We have to look at it from different angles, different opinions as well. And we'd like to continue hearing from all of you. Make sure you call us in on the numbers displayed on your screen and send us a WhatsApp message as well. We're still on the conversation. Is politics taking over governance? All right, when you look at it, Maimuna, you would see that when it comes to coming up and you promising a lot to Nigerians, I would say, or it's always said, whatever's worth doing is worth doing well. So when you look at it, if you're going to do it as good and as best as you can.
Absolutely.
All right, let's say our next caller. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
All right, good morning. What's your name? Oh, Tony, good morning. Thank you for calling us.
Thank you for calling in.
What's your take on this issue?
Before I go to the question, I have a thing for you. Please report to me. I am begging them the kind of question now. If we continue with our own view, in future, we will find ourselves in a place that we will be regretted. I said it, I'm saying it based on the last person that for. Then I'm not going to be patient. Politics has taken up government. That is true. And when we are talking about politics, taking control of the government, taking over, what we mean is those that have been elected that are in the affair of people that are in position of distributing the things to the masses. We are in 2025 and we are talking about the election in 2025. Those are in the position. If you open television, all what they are doing is making plans for the next election and not even talking about how to see that we have a good hospital, to see that we have a good road, to see that we facilities that the masses on the street supposed to reach to them. So when we are talking about politics, we are talking about those that are in position of doing one thing or other for people, not in their own pocket, but from the money that is coming to the treasury of the nation. And it is quite unfortunate that this is what is happening in our own angle here. Now somebody enters as a governor, all what is expected is to loot. Local government chairman, loot. Going presidency, loot. The lawmakers are supposed to see that they call those people in order. All join together. It doesn't supposed to be so. From the moment you win an election, you put politics aside, get it aside, and then work for people. But in our own case, it's not like that. Those working with the president now, they are going here and there, make sure that they showcase the president for the coming election, and it doesn't supposed to be so. If they did well, there is nothing to showcase. It is the work that the presidents have done on the ground that will showcase him. If the governor has done well, it is work that governor has done with people that will showcase him. Likewise, local government chairman, likewise, legislator, not by propaganda. Politics have taken over governance. It is true, and it doesn't supposed to be so. Thank you and good morning.
All right, thank you very much, Tony Eze, for your contribution. Maimuna?
Well, Nigerians are really, wondering what is going on. I mean, really, what is really going on? When you look at the news, you listen to the news, you read the news online, on whatever platform, it is always talking about politics, the APC, the PDP, the ADC, in preparation of the 2027 elections, who would be, who would take the presidential ticket and what have you. But let's take Ade's call. Good morning, Ade. Thank you for calling in this morning.
Good morning. Maimuna, good morning, Hauwa.
Good morning, Ade. Thank you for calling in. So what is your take on this?
Politics are taking over government. Government is politics is government. Political era. But before I started, I want to appeal to all of my brothers and sisters calls. Please don't criticize anybody and don't take anything personal. Let's be objective. Everybody has the right to criticize the government. As in Nigeria, that's what they call democracy. You can criticize the government, be objective. That's it. Now, having said that, the way the bandits are terrorizing the north, because the northern people are much more suffering more in terms of these bandits that they don't allow them to go to farm, all these sort of things. Then the Malami, the previous Attorney General, told them there are 400 people, they have their name, sponsoring these bandits in the north. He refused to show us the name and refused to sue them to court. This Malami from the Yobe or whatever I come from, Nigeria kept quiet. Now, if you watch the bandits, they live in the forest. The millions they collect is not for them. They give it to somebody. Look at the way they live their life in wretched form. So their boss is in the city, is among them. They know them. They know the bandits. Every community knows the bandits. They know where they come from. They are terrorizing their people, which is very wrong. Let's be objective. That's number one. Number two, where I have a disagreement with any caller is this. When you want to criticize, bring it down from the top to bottom. Criticize the federal government, criticize the state government. I was reading on I think whether it's Trust TV or whatever, or Trust paper, a woman in Maiduguri earning 30,000, saw 4.8 million in his account and returned it. And the wife of the governor rewarded the woman with 1 million naira or so. Should somebody be earning 30,000 in Maiduguri? Why? When they are earning a lot of times 3 of what they are earning before. When the governor in Imo State is paying 104,000 minimum wage in the same Nigeria, what are the government not doing with the money? Why are they still paying their people 30,000? So let's start from there. The Christians should start from that place. That's when a woman be earning 30,000 minimum wage, when the minimum wage is 70, and even when the government is paying 104,000 in Imo. What stops government of Borno from increasing their wages to that the federal government wages? They talk about building bridges, building houses everywhere when people are hungry. So is that tinubu? No. So let's criticize, let's be objective in our criticism. That's my own gross. Criticize the local government chairman, criticize the state government, criticize the president. Where I criticize the federal government is about security. Provide security for these people and expose those who, you know, if you listen to the chief of defense staff in China last week, he said that they will name the people who are sponsoring this bandit. They know them now. They are the ones. I was telling my friend in the north, I said, when I was living in Ghana, I never believed that this thing could happen. Because those days, they don't lock their door in Ghana. The door is always open, but you can't go in there. You know that. But today, look at it. Even they lock it, they break it. I never dreamed that this would come happen. You understand? So, when we are criticizing, don't focus on the president alone. Let's go bring it down to the state government. Ask your governor in your state, why are you still paying 30,000? When somebody in Imo State who is earning less money is paying 104,000 because of the IGR has improved. Why can't you improve your IGR where you are? Why can't you do? Look at Nigeria State Governor. He's doing very well. He's ailing tinubu every day. You know, because the man is benefiting. His state is benefiting. This Brazil they went to now is about livestock. They are the best in the world. It's coming to Nigeria State. So instead of you not criticizing, let's be objective and see what this man is doing that will benefit the whole Nigeria, not today, not tomorrow, but forever. So that's my own way of explaining this thing. But please, anybody caller, don't criticize, don't take it personal. Don't be objective and make your own view known. But Nigeria will be better and will be greater. Nigeria is richer than United Kingdom 100 times. We don't have anything here. It's only tax. So, but in Nigeria you have a lot. Everything you want. God bless us with it. We are not supposed to be suffering. But it can't be the president alone. Let's bring it to the state. Let's bring it to the local government. That's how it works. If I need anything now where I live my borough here, it's my local government. I don't have to do that with central government. That's how it works. I go to my councillor, what's going on? Or my member of parliament that represent my area, what's going on? So that's how it works. God will bless Nigeria. Good morning.
All right, thank you very much, Adi, for that, for your contribution. When we look at it, there are lots of things that that people are not feeling the impact when it comes to good roads, good schools, which is education, healthcare, when it comes to, the affordability of living in Nigeria as well. A lot of people are going through the most when it comes to, insecurity, people being displaced as well when it comes to the lack of food, where people are, and children are getting malnourished. All right, let us look at the WhatsApp messages that we have this morning. All right, the first up, we have one from Kabir Muhammad from Mina, Niger State, and he says, absolutely Politics has completely hijacked governance, reducing our nation to a mere spectator sport where citizens' welfare is sacrificed at the altar of partisan interests. The pervasive politicking has crippled effective leadership, accountability and transparency, leaving the nation in perpetual crisis. When will our leaders prioritize governance over politics and serve the people rather than their own ambitions? Thank you very much, Kabir, for your take. All right, next up, we have a message from Cletus Arikbadi from Benue State, and he says, good morning, Trust TV. From my own view, in Nigeria today, politics has largely taken over governance. Leaders often prioritize political survival, party interests and power struggles over delivering real development and good governance. This has led to policies being driven more by political calculations than by the needs of citizens. As a result, national issues like insecurity, unemployment and inflation remain poorly addressed, while energy is spent on political alignments, elections and political gains. All right, thank you very much, Cletus, for your take. All right, and with that, we've come to the end of this segment.